What's up, fam? I just want to show you a quick little trick that I've learned to practice my kicks. Get Muay Thai pads, strap them to something, a pole, literally come here. Same thing with your switch kick. And today's topic is gonna be why you need to learn how to fight, okay? You need to learn how to fight, okay? Look, since I was 15 years old, I learned how to fight. I learned some boxing. Why? I got bullied, man. I got picked on when I was in school. I got chased by a guy named Ryan. I'll never forget sitting there in like second grade. And all of a sudden, I can remember, he just starts chasing me, and I start booking it, man. I start booking it, because I know if he grabs me, he's gonna like fucking either put me in a headlock. And I'm like, fuck! I never liked that. Fear. And a lot of my fear came from my dad, too. Like, my dad would yell at me and my brother, my dad would hit me and my brother. Like, if you feel defenseless, excuse me. If you feel like weak, if you can't fight somebody off, if you feel insecure, if you walk into a room, if you always size somebody up, because I feel like all those guys, we constantly size people up. Every one of us. And I truly believe that's a biological way of us finding a way if we can protect ourselves, if we can defend ourselves, if we can fight the enemy off, okay? So recently I've been watching Baki, okay? If you're not familiar with the anime, go check it out, Baki. And if you are, you should have told me earlier about this fucking anime. Like, I've only watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched parts of One Piece, maybe like max 3 episodes. Naruto, maybe 3 episodes. I never really got into Naruto, One Piece, even though I feel like they're really great, I just never got into it. And so, recently some guy messaged me, and he was like, hey man, like I really want to look like this guy, Baki. I'm like, who's Baki? I looked him up, I'm like, guy's pretty shredded. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm like, I like the aesthetics. I like fighting, I like the aesthetics, you know? It's kind of a combination of bodybuilding and fighting. And I've done both. And so, started looking into Baki, started realizing his physique, started realizing how much he can fight. And me being who I am, I believe a lot in myself. And I'm like, and I used to do MMA. And I'm like, you know what, let me go back to my roots, okay? So I've been fucking tying my things up, I'm doing some more boxing. I started bringing out my kicks again, starting wearing a little bit shorter shorts so I can have that range of motion. Today I was practicing some splits. And so ultimately, fighting. Why, if you like anime, if you like Naruto, One Piece, if you like Baki, Dragon Ball Z, my friend, you like fighting. You like the act of two people coming together and fighting it off, and like skill-wise. And let me tell you a secret, that something that you might not know. The reason you like that is because you see a little bit of yourself in them. How do I know that? Because that's how I feel. When I see Baki fighting, I kind of see myself fighting. If you see Baki, if you see Naruto, Sasuke, if you see One Piece, if you see, I forgot the guy has green hair and like long things. You see him, you're like, man, like fighting is like, I wish I could do that. Maybe that runs through your mind. And something that I kept telling myself when I was watching Baki, you're still watching it. I'm like, I'm not gonna only watch it, I'm also gonna do it. And Baki is like 17, 18 years old. And I'm like, man, he's young. He's like 10 years younger than me. And it made me realize too, it's also why I shaved my beard too. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still young, I'm 28. I'm like, get back into martial arts. Start practicing it again. Start practicing martial arts again, get your rhythm back. Because I'm telling you right now, if you like Baki, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, if you like UFC, if you love UFC, quick story. I went to a bar when I was 16 years old. A friend of mine, my friend David, was a photographer and a videographer. And he's like, yo, come to Fort Lauderdale, I can get you into this club. Even though I didn't drink, I'm like, I'll go hang out with you guys. Because at the moment, I was wrestling, I was boxing, I was really big into fighting. And I'm at this club, and all of a sudden, I see Jake Shields. If you know who Jake Shields is, go Google Jake Shields. At the moment, one of the best grapplers, one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC. And I saw him, and I'm like, I go up to this guy. I'm like, Jake Shields? Like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, nice to meet you, man. My name is Alex. I'm gonna see you in the UFC one day. And he looked at me and he smiled and he's like, all right, man. I'll never forget that day because my dream at that point was to be a UFC fighter. My dream at that point in my life was to get on The Ultimate Fighter. My dream was to be a fighter because I loved, the minute I learned how to fight, my confidence, my life got so much better. Why? Because I could finally stand up for myself. I could finally be like, all right, let's go. Like, I've been sparring, I've been training. I tried standing up to my dad. One guy tried picking a fight with me in high school when I was 16 years old. He outweighed me by 40 pounds. And we got into a fight. All his friends showed up and they were like, look at this scrawny kid. Artie, you're gonna kick his ass. And he outweighed me by 40 pounds, 40, 50 pounds, easily. He's like, little scrawny kid, Artie, go do your thing. We started fighting. I threw a jab. I don't shit talk. I just threw a jab, he hit me, and then we went to the ground. Long story short, I beat him with 2 punches. 1, 2, step back, 1, 2, step back, and I threw a knee. I threw a knee to the stomach, and that put him down. But I won that fight just 1, 2, controlling my range, 1, 2, backing up, going like this, boom, boom. I won my first street fight. I won my first street fight with just 1 and 2. That's it, and a knee. Mixed martial arts, and wrestling too, because he got me on, I was at the bottom, he got me up, he was on top of me, he hit me twice right here. On the third punch, it's like you slow things down when you're in a fight. On the third punch, I'm like, throw that punch one more time. And I'm sitting here. He threw the punch, I grabbed it, I hooked his leg, and I rolled over. And I learned this from jiu-jitsu. Grabbed his arm, grabbed his leg with my left leg, rolled him over, then we got back up, and then it was just 1, 2 from there, 1 down. Yeah. So think about that. Beat this guy up, the next day I go to school. I go to school the next day. Bloody, cut up over here, face is messed up. Everyone's like, you did that? You did that, Alex? I'm like, yeah. And so from there on, everyone's like, damn, Alex can fucking fight. Alex can fight. Alex fucked up RJ. And that kind of built a reputation for me. And so like, I was no different though. I was 115 pounds, 120 pounds. And I started learning jiu-jitsu. I started jiu-jitsu first. I would look at YouTube videos and me and my friend would just do some moves. From there, then we started doing boxing. 1, 1, 2. And so if you like fighting, if you look at all these animes, if you like UFC, train some boxing, train some jiu-jitsu. Like, you were meant to be a weapon. You can be a weapon. You can be a weapon. And not for bad, for good. When I'm with my girlfriend, when I'm with my wife, when I'm with my kids, how do you think Conor McGregor walks around? I saw a video of Conor McGregor at Disneyland. And he's walking around with some fucking Mickey Mouse hat. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Some lady's like, hello. He's like, hello. He's just walking around. But it's like that man, unless you have a gun or knife, obviously, but that man's like walking around knowing if anything happens, simple, done. And I'm not saying this is gonna change everything. But being someone that's under 6 foot, you might not be under, but if you're under 6 foot like me, there's always gonna be bigger guys than you. Guys that outweigh you, guys with big muscles. And I'll tell you right now, when I go to a pool, when I go to a party, when I go to a gathering, I'm not scared at all. I'm confident. I'll meet the biggest guy in there, what's up? You know, I know how to wrestle, I know how to jiu-jitsu, I know how to Muay Thai, I know how to box. And I got a mindset of like, you're gonna have to fucking kill me in order for me to stop coming at you if you decide to come at me. That's always the mentality. Since I was 15 years old. I mean, you're gonna have to knock me out for me to stop. I'm not gonna stop. And so fighting gives you an utmost confidence that lifting is great. Lifting gives you a lot of confidence when you're with your shirt off, you this, but it's that X factor of like, if someone walks in, I don't care how big you are, I don't care how much you outweigh me by, I know how to use the right moves. Look at anyone, George St. Pierre, BJ Penn, all these great UFC fighters. Fucking Conor McGregor's like 5'10", 5'9", 5'9", 5'10". Jose Aldo, all these people. So, and even in Baki goes against these tall ass motherfuckers. Which in all reality, he could be 5'8" for all we know. He's 5'10", who knows how tall he is, probably like 6 foot. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My height doesn't fucking matter. And it shouldn't to you if you have the confidence of fighting. But if you don't have the confidence of fighting, if you don't have that confidence, then you're gonna feel insecure. You're gonna feel less. especially when you're around other, I would call them creatures. If you're under other creature, other humans, other guys who are bigger than you, taller than you, and you don't have that safety of like, let's go, you're not gonna feel at your best that you could feel. You're not gonna feel like chin up high, chest up high, and nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Humble too. Because I truly believe the guys that have the biggest egos and are scared the most sometimes also talk a big game. They're like, I'm like, what's up? I'm super nice to you because I know what I can do. Hey, nice to meet you. I know what I can do. You know, but you become a leader. A leader should be able to defend and fight. Bah, bah. So, if you want to learn how to fight, if you need like a beginning structure, a beginning step, I would say with boxing. Start with boxing because that's where everything starts off with. Everything starts up here, no matter what. If you want to learn boxing, I do have a 6-week boxing course that I teach myself. So I'll be here teaching you how to throw the one, how to roll, how to throw 1-2, how to step back, how to jump rope. The link is in the description. It's a 6-week boxing course. 6 weeks, I teach you how to fight, teach you how to box, teach you how to jump rope. I do exercises, so if you really want to learn from me, there's so many people that you can learn from, but if you want to learn specifically from me, I'm 5'7", 160 pounds, so we have the same frame, so if we're like similar, that would probably be your best option. The link is in the description. But with that being said, learn how to fight, guys. It's one of the best things that you'll ever learn, especially if you already admire people that fight. It's in you. It's within you to learn. You have 2 arms, 2 legs, and even if you only have 1 arm or maybe 1 leg, these are fucking weapons. These are baseball bats. These are baseball bats if you learn how to train them right. Baseball bat, more baseball bat. With that being said, much love, guys. Thank you so much.